you guys can hear that. He's saying metal gods. Good afternoon, this is Johnson. I am Ride the Wind. I am in the Ozarks. And today I feel pretty good. Try not to be too emotional. I'm not the most balanced I've ever been yet. But I am working on it, and I'm doing pretty good. And I hope the rest of you 144s are also. I have found out that, sitting in my bungalow here, waiting for things to happen. It's really bad on the cabeza. I've been getting up to lakes back up in the mountains, and I'm actually still trying to find a place to reside, to get myself together, and my ultimate goal is Arizona. I've already stated that. I don't want to be redundant, but that is my plan. I know I need to go there, and I don't know why. But we follow our purpose. We don't exist without purpose. Just as black does not exist without white. Darkness without light, you have neither. Light without darkness, you don't have that. So it's a question of balance and singularity and synchronicities that we're all going through. We got to pay attention to those because we got messages, and you have to define what's in those synchronicities. Those, I think of the other terminology, but read through them. They're not hard. You all have the ability to do it. 144 or not, you just got to be able to snap to them. Okay, so let's get started. I did one more second though on the 144s. I'm still with you. I know everything you're feeling. I know that your heart and your brain have come close to breaking. Especially if you're playing with doctors along with what you're doing. I suggest getting away from them, unless duly necessary. Let me clarify myself. I want to talk about TESS. Okay, TESS is the satellite that's out there announcing these planets every day. Now, isn't it weird how TESS can discover thousands of planets in a matter of months? And we got Musk in here too. Go figure, right? Can discover these thousands of exoplanets, red dwarfs, brown dwarfs, dead stars, etc. in months. But not only can TESS do that, it amazingly is giving us composition reports of their actual atmospheres. Now, the only way that can get done is with probes and to receive actual samples of that atmosphere. So how far ahead of these boys are they? Light years. What's happening now is these planets are being released on a daily basis. And what they're doing is they're gathering our thought processes. They're pumping them through D-Wave, quantum AI, and they're coming up with a plan on how we will behave when this all really begins to come together. Okay? Make no mistake, they're way ahead of us. They did it with Gotham Shield when they pushed the nuclear buttons, which they usually don't do unless they're going to push them. But they made sure everybody knew about it. How are people going to react? Boom, feed it into a quantum processor. It has no concept of time, light, space, but it perceives all dimensions. It perceives all of our behavior patterns a minute before, God, long before we even do it. That's what Jade Helm was about. I was out in Carswell, and I had And I got this from Anthony Thatch, MIT CERN particle physicist. Okay? Jade Helm was the largest military exercise in history. It covered Arizona, California, New Mexico, Texas. It went all the way to Carswell and all those states in between that I'm not thinking of. Okay, what it did is take that data of all of us idiots who sat around with C-130s circling around us all day, jets literally hitting the blue and disappearing. Jets literally hitting the blue and disappearing. You would hear jets were over, you wouldn't even be able to see them. And they were right overhead. So another data gathering, okay? They've known about these planets. Look at the dates on them, right? With, let's say, 2003, let's look at an asteroid. I think it's called Q23, right? Yeah, I think so. That means they knew about that in 2003. If one goes deeper into these articles coming out of MIT, Dartmouth, Caltech, NASA, if you look closely through these articles, you have dates years ago. How's that work? Meaning they were never released. We have astrophysicists backing these people up, quantum physicists, particle physicists, people you really can't debate. And I'm not saying they're all right, or they all proper or act morally. Because obviously we got a group of scientists that is backing every lie our government's trying to push on us. Now, this gathering of data, what it's ultimately going to show is, again, how we behave when these things actually come in. They're announcing 1 or 2 at the minimum every day. Last week, I got to tie into that, and for you people who've got videos of this I sent you, cool. Because you can look at this, and I'm contradicting myself. I said I'd never talk about this stuff. But us 144s and us as a society to exist as a species, to continue on, need to get ahead of these idiots, okay? Because I'm not that dumb. I don't buy it. You released one in 2003, that means you discovered it, or talked about discovering it in 2003. You released one in 2006, named RB9, that means you knew about that since 2006. Do not think you can pass this one by me. Do not think you can pass white sun on me when in my mind it's yellow. Do not let them steal these dreams. They're ours, not our dreams, but our memories. Go look at Raiders of the Lost Ark. See what color the sky is. And see what color the sun is. Now, they just announced a planet that has a Earth-like atmosphere, and they also announced a football. Now, those of you who have seen my previous videos, I talked about an egg over Russia. Some of you have these videos before I got blocked. That egg, they're defining as a football, which I can go with that. Really, if you look at it, yeah, it could be a football. Okay? They announced it. So I'm getting indemnification on what I was defined as being crazy about for 4 years every day. And it brings me to tears because I and you have given so much. People think we ran around trying to scare them. We were trying to love them and help them. Everything I go through is a new awakening. I'm not going to say what I went through in the past 2 months, maybe another video, but another period of sicknesses and doctors, and a loss of hearing, which was horrifying, beyond belief. But every time I go, and blackouts or whatever, every time I go through those, I become more awake. I see more. Everything opens more. Remember that. Remember, everything we go through is just a lesson for what we're going to need to do. And we are the hierarchy. We are. We were chosen. We are blessed. to even have these understandings. So the football's out there, football egg, I don't know, depends on what way you look at it or geometrically, but I'll bet you it adds up to 144. I don't even want to look, okay? The asteroids are flying by every day, we know that. ISON real quickly, and then we're going to get into Nibiru bullshit. The symbolism is there if you look it up or if you see. I'm going to start with Pepsi, the red and white ball. Red and white and blue is signature Kachina colors, ISON. The thing they say broke up when it passed behind the sun, BS. I have photographic evidence. I have cam footage of this thing. No, it did not. Make no mistake, if there's any dragon, it's ISON. Now let's transcend over into Mazda. Asteroid. Now let's go to Toyota. Asteroid. Now let's look at Domino's insignia. The blue square with the red square. 3 dots. That's what geometrically ISON adds up to. It's like a less than equal sign. And they're all connected with a melting, I've said this a million times, a melting silver globe. It's like a triangle with no bottom. But if you put it all together, it's a triangle. So go figure the significance in that, and where do we get the triangle? So, off dominoes. Let's move on. How about the new Sputnik and NASA patches, the emblems? 3 white dots, kids. Okay, let's move on to Fedex, red and blue. You know, how far can we keep going? Can we go Citibank? Yeah, we can. Red and blue with the curve on top. This has been in and out of our society since the dawn of time. All of this. And Nibiru, as far as I'm seeing, is a total spin-off bullshit instigated by Stitchin. Anybody want to debate this? We can debate, but don't fight with me. Don't come at me with anger. You better not, or I won't reply. I just won't reply. Okay? You want to debate me on this? You know, there's hoodies you can look up online. This is pretty cool. They say on them, it's an ISON thing. You wouldn't understand. Well, hopefully not only I, but this channel and its subs also understand what I'm saying. This is all throughout our culture. Now let's look at a little evil symbolism, give you something to do. Look at a Coke can, right? The Coke insignia. Count how many sixes are in there. Look up the color blue and attach demon to it. Watch what pops up. Then wonder why a Walmart logo is blue. The Best Buy cube, which is a Saturn cube. No, wait a minute, it's the Best Buy. Yeah, Sam. The cube is so evil, I don't even want to talk about it. Sam is so evil, I don't want to talk about it. He ran the internment camps in World War II. You take Walmart, take it backwards, it's smart law. Are y'all seeing this? Best Buy blue, okay? And these are all places made with racks, like warehouses, that can be moved out almost instantaneously and converted into something that is beyond words to describe. And if you know what's going on, I don't have to explain it. That's another video, okay? But if you do not see the agenda that is unfolding around us, I really don't know what to say to you. You're not doing your work. You're not connecting in the right way. You're not opening your eyes. Okay? It's on the army patches. It's on the presidential patches. It's on the Secret Service patches. Shall I go on? Do I really need to go on this? Okay. Now, Nibiru is a 3,600-year pitch. Yeah, it comes every 3,600 years we flip, and God knows what's going to happen. I did the research on this. Pole reversal happens every 780,000 years. Okay, a pole reversal happens every 780,000 years. not 3,600. So I'm not buying the Nibiru thing. I do buy Hopi prophecy, which you need to understand, and understand ISON. ISON leaves a blue and red signature. It moved the sun when it went back behind it, and it did not break up into a meteor field. I do have the evidence to prove this. Again, photographic, cam, whatever you want. But you can't email it to you anyway, but I know I have it. I want to leave you with a duck joke, because I love duck jokes. What's a plain duck? It's a duck on a plane. Anyway, y'all ride the wind. It's going to be okay. Talk to you later. Have a great evening.